racial slur or picking on, LGBT people, for their sexual preferences. Okay, well, I'm wondering, maybe this doctor's been doing her research since way back in the day and hasn't been paying attention to culture nowadays. Maybe she's missed the boat, didn't realize that being a nerd is in right now. It's the cool thing. So, I don't know. It could happen, right? She could have been just very busy doing research, trying to, defend or protect nerds. Because, I don't know. Obviously, she's a psychologist. Obviously, she's somebody that went to school and hit the books hard, and maybe might have faced some of that backlash, some of that bullying. But in our reality right now, being a nerd, being a geek is the cool thing. I'm proud to be a nerd, and I say it like that. I know it's hard to believe, as cool as I look, you're like, Pato, you're not a nerd. Yeah, dude, I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. I'll flat out say it. So, this doctor in the UK, I believe her name is Sonia Falk. Where have you been? I gotta ask Dr. Falk, what the fuck?
Alrighty. So, that's pretty much where we're at. I read that article that day, and I just had to do a quick recording on it because, well, seriously, we live in a time and day where being geek is cool, where being nerd is cool, because, thanks to the Avengers. If you think about it, Tony Stark, Iron Man, biggest geek, biggest nerd, computer whiz, genius, just about everything he touches, he gains knowledge, which is very cool if you think about it, right? Alrighty. Well, as I was saying, if I'm saying anything, it's 2020. We have a lot of new projects coming on. So we have Cursory Overload on Sundays, Rebellion coming out to you on Tuesdays, Tales from the Guard Shack. Eventually, once it picks up, it'll come out to you on Thursdays. Pato's Powerhouse drops on Fridays. SAAA drops on Saturdays, and Cursory Overload, I already mentioned it, kicks off the week, first day of the week, Sunday, even though some people think it's the last day of the week, but it's actually the first day of the week. We kick off the first day of the week with Cursory Overload. So, that's pretty much what I wanted to say, because it's kind of what I do, and share little details that I find funny. I hope that 2020 is off to an awesome start for all of you. And if you didn't start off on the right foot, that, it just started fucked up, do not let whatever it is happening right there determine how the rest of the year is going to go. Some of us go through some of the hardest shit. I remember, because Pato, like I said, I'm not a younger youngster. I'm a young youngster, but not as younger youngster as I used to be. Anyway, bottom line, all I'm saying is, I remember we're starting a new decade, a new year. When I started the decade of the 90s, I started it off losing my grandmother. So like I said, I thought I started off in a very, very bad situation. And I can understand that some of y'all may be going through some really harsh shit. So when I say, if you're going through some hard stuff, don't let that determine. Eventually we have to move on. We have to understand that our loved ones would want us to get up and keep going and be strong. That's the way I look at it. I want to be able to teach my kids and my grandkids and my generations, basically, to keep moving forward, get up, celebrate my life when I'm no longer around. Don't worry about, he's not around anymore. No. Just know that this is why I want to make sure that I teach them to survive without me, because as a parent, and we all want to know that our kids are going to be okay if we're not around to protect them, that they can protect themselves, that they will go on, that they will survive, if you will. Anyway, that being said, thank you for listening. Live each day like it's your last one, because it very well could be. Take the time to be with your loved ones, your family, that group that makes you complete. Tell them you love them, show them you love them, because that's what's life really about. And till next time, thank you for tuning in. As always, your friend here, Pato the Ghost Rider, Pato Morningstar, whichever. I answer to both. See ya!
This podcast has been brought to you by the Podcast Shack.